Joe saves kids from junk food. We are talking about the Zampogna family from Supernanny. Let's break it down.
It's my second teach day today, and I was tough on Angela last night because what she's done is created a divide in the family. I just know that if Angela doesn't get strong, she's just going to continue to enable these kids.
Is who?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, loves. She's sabotaging the children's new healthy food plan.
Okay.
All right.
During the last episode, Joe Frost threw a chicken nugget right at Mom because Mom is sabotaging this new eating plan. The kids were eating a ton of junk food, ultra processed food. We've talked about the statistics that she's not alone. So Joe Frost is here to help, and Mom has not been on board. So they are having a meeting, and we are going to see, will Mom finally get on board?
For me, what I see is a battle of wills with respects to behaviour. The only way you break their behaviour is by breaking your own.
I do want to change what I'm feeding my kids because I want them to live a happy, healthy life. But actually making the change is very hard. We only have Joe for a very short amount of time. I really want change, so I just have to trust her and believe that she knows the right thing. She's done this for so many families.
It is true. Joe Frost started nannying in 1989. She had over 30 years of experience, and then she did the show Supernanny. She did it in America. She did it in UK. She's done other shows. There is a big difference. You know it if you went to college. There's a big difference between learning in a book and learning on the job. There's something to be said about experiencing it, and you figure it out as you go. That's why there's a difference between a new teacher versus a veteran teacher. Now, there's, of course, pros and cons for each one, but experience matters. That's why when you hear from somebody who's been through it, you just say thank you. You know, if somebody wants to share what you should do to get your kid to go to sleep, or how you should get them to use the bottle, or how to get them to go potty, you know, we hear that information. We say thank you so much for sharing, you know, your experience or your expertise, maybe if they're a professional. But you don't know what's going to work until you actually try it with you and your children. And she's going to give it a shot now. She's going to do it. They're about to have a snack. Will all three of the kids eat the snack?
As soon as they start complaining, get them out. As soon as they start complaining.
Hey guys, we have snack here. Strawberry yogurt it is.
I don't like this. Taste it.
Bring yourself
Yummy.
Just say it's fruit and let it sit.
Did that be 5? Wait.
I have also used this technique of just being invisible. Get out of there. They can't negotiate with you if you're not there. If you're just busy doing things, there's no one really to talk to and argue with. You're not engaging. And then the kids actually kind of poke at their food and try it, and you're not staring at them. So I highly recommend this as one to try. Again, might not work for your kid, but it definitely worked for my kids. And Joe Frost has had quite a lot of experience, as we know. So the get out technique, is that what we're calling it? The invisible technique, the disappearing act of the parents of let the children eat and look at them eat, look at them go.
You guys finishing up? Good job.
I'm just trying to keep myself busy when they whine.
I'm always done. No.
Good job.
Me too.
Right now, I'm feeling pretty good. I think Angela's in a stronger place.
One more. Scrape that up.
When the kids are eating good, healthy food, that's the one that builds the
Look
muscle.
at that. Done.
I'm not a huge fan of forcing kids to finish their food. I'm more in the camp of honoring your body and teaching them to check in. Do I feel satisfied? I know the reason why parents do it, right? They don't want to, number one, waste food. And then secondly, they know that in 5 minutes, their kid is going to then say, I'm hungry. I just think that the solution to the problem isn't to force them to eat it. It's to actually have them face their own natural consequences naturally. Let me explain this. So you say that whole thing of like, let's check in with our body, Like, does your body feel satisfied? Not full, but satisfied. Okay. And then when they say 5 minutes later that they're hungry, you go, you feel hungry. So earlier, maybe you weren't satisfied. You just didn't want that snack. Is that what you meant? Oh, okay. So then the next time we have a snack, because we're done right now, we're going to be eating lunch in an hour. So you'll make it. That natural consequence. You're not starving them. They just have to wait until the next. Be mindful of what you're choosing, because I gave you 2 choices earlier where you could have a yogurt or you could have a banana, and you chose the yogurt. And so if you don't feel like you wanted to eat it, think about it for the next time. So it's teaching them how to properly help themselves, right? Giving them some independence and facing that consequence rather than being the one that's controlling. And then secondly, the one with the wasting of food, I do this. I'll give actually a story from last night. I was serving salmon. Salmon, I can tell you, was not something that when I first served it, the kids were like, yes, salmon, let's go, right? That's not usually how it goes. I serve the smallest piece of salmon. I go, you know what? Try it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. My child ate the salmon, then wanted to ask more. And I went, whoa, to sister. I then said, well, she's eating it too. Like, okay, let's all slow down. We have to share the salmon, right? Notice how I kind of made it more desirable. So all of that rambling to say, just think about what the goal is. And the goal is to get them to eat and to know their body and feed themselves nutritious foods. Just think of that as you're implementing things.
You would boil this broccoli. When that's soft and ready, chop, 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 chop. Throw it in with the spaghetti and the sauce and the meatballs chopped up.
Okay.
I'm going to teach Angela an old trick. Cutting up small pieces of vegetables and mixing it into the entree will make it a lot harder for the kids to pick out.
This is what you meant, right?
Absolutely.
Putting it all in there. Oh. And the meatballs are in there too.
Yeah, happily.
This is a controversial one. You will have people who are very much against hiding vegetables, but I don't consider this hiding them because the child can see it, and she's even saying what's in the pasta. It's just mixed in smaller pieces. But let's actually talk about that. Let's use that as a jumping off point. There are websites and cookbooks and things that people suggest of like actually putting the vegetables pureed inside so that the kids don't even know it's there. What are the pros and the cons? Well, the pros is that the child is actually able to practice tasting that flavor without having the texture. Con would be if you continue down that road, they don't really learn how to appreciate the texture. So you could do that down the line. I would say just don't lie to them. So that would be like a big no-no. Let's say they have a favorite food. They have spaghetti and meatballs. And you decide to puree maybe some butternut squash or something else into the spaghetti and meatballs, but you don't tell your child, and the flavor is different, you're building this lack of trust. So pros and cons, it is a controversial thing. Let me know what you think about that. Should parents hide vegetables in the food?
So do you think it will snow tonight?
No.
It might.
When the kids try and rope you into the same mold, don't have an argument about it. Just deflect by changing the subject about anything else. Do you guys play out in the snow?
Yeah. Yeah, but not today. Yeah.
I think the kids are starting to pick up that we're on a different path than we were before.
Good job, guys. You guys are doing great.
Too good.
Absolutely. Distraction, redirection for the win. Talk about anything else but what's on their plate. It's like being a magician. I'm doing something over here, you're looking over here, but I'm doing something down here and you don't see it. That's what you're doing. You're like a magician. Is it exhausting? Yes. Are you doing a great job? Yes.
Yeah. Look, I'm go. At school tomorrow, I want you to practice shoes.
Sweet. All right, what we got here?
Giuseppe, did you get to play outside today? Did you? You did it?
I went outside.
You did?
Did you?
Yeah, me.
Okay, the distraction was brilliant. You don't allow the focus to be on the food, and because of that, everyone's eating.
Nice job, Zampognas and Joe Frost. What a transformation from junk food to seeds and fresh vegetables. And what an improvement. It really inspires me, and I hope it inspires you that change is possible. It's just going to take a lot of work, effort, communicating with your partner, getting on that plan. And if it's not something you want to tackle today, that's okay. It could be something you tackle another day, and when you're ready to do it, you can make progress. And speaking of Joe Frost, did you know that she has a website? And on her website, she has eating habits. Let me show it to you. Here it is. We have eating habits. She has a little introduction. We're just going to skim through it real quick. Create an environment where good and healthy foods exist, where exercise is basically fun. You're in it to win it. If you're going to sit down with your kid to eat a healthy meal, your plate better look the same, she says. What are your kids eating? Don't know? You should know because you're the one filling the fridge. Check your last receipt. See what you're buying. Save time. Stick a Post-it note on the fridge so you can replace the healthy stuff that you've run out of. Plan your meals. No more last minute pop in at the supermarket. Cook more and freeze more to save time. That's a great piece of advice. It's hard when we are busy. We have birthday parties on the weekends. We have projects, all the things. I feel you. I am also in this world with you. Small changes, big impact. Change white ingredients for brown, things that are unrefined. She even says instead of full-blown soda, can you dilute it with a touch of cranberry or orange juice? Take the lead. Snack on fruits and vegetables as they're sweeter, like bell peppers, apples with cream cheese, celery slices with peanut butter. This is a good one. Fun social experience. Show your kids meal times are a family event. If you're eating with your partner later, have a small plate with your child at tea time. I love how she says tea time. Do the same when you're on holiday. Something about fun, it made me think of a parent where they took the mashed potatoes and then the gravy and they made it look like a volcano. Other things are maybe special utensils for certain foods. Get inspired. Keep the foodie ideas coming. That means like talk to other people. See what kind of food works for them. I follow a channel called Health Nut Nutrition. Health Nut Nutrition. My goodness, she is so healthy, and I wish I could just have a little percentage of the amazingness that she does with her kids. But she also has a cookbook, and it's just what she's good at. You know, we all can't be good at everything, but we're all good at something. And so follow the people who are good at the things. Health Nut Nutrition. She's here on YouTube, and she's also on Instagram and other places too. Portion sizes, we've already talked about that in previous episodes through this series of Watching This Family, and copywritten by Joe Frost. The next time we are together, we will be discussing discipline with the Zampognas. Believe it or not, mom actually starts an argument with a 4-year-old. I'll see you next time. Bye.